Good evening and welcome in, Chuckleheads. It's your boy Jay Berg and of course
Colton Drake.
Oh, it's Colton Drake, guys. Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
Episode 24, Arnez J, Not Gonna Stop. That is the episode that we chose to do today. I'm with Mr. Colton Guy. He's having a great time. He had some fun last week. How were your gigs last week?
Had a good time, dude. I got to do that show in Post Falls at Draft Zone. Did 30 minutes out there.
Yeah, you did.
That shit was a blast, dude.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did well. Good job by Brittany. Good job by you. Good job by the headliner, Lila Hart. Shout out Lila if she's listening now.
Yeah,
she's probably a huge fan.
Shout out Lila.
Yeah.
And
that was great.
And then after that, there was a 420 show yesterday that I did. And that was also fun, dude. We were at that Ezzy's Barber Shop.
Is it Ezzy's or Easy's? Are we
It's
ever going to
Ezzy's.
get this?
It's Ezzy's.
It is Ezzy's.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I found out yesterday.
Okay.
And what they did was they took, so like the whole, the door, obviously the front door is exposed to like the street, right? So they put like this giant black construction paper over all the windows.
Why?
Because the stage was kind of going to be up against that window.
Okay, because it's, yeah.
Right. And so then they put like some like weed leaves, like, you know, cutouts or whatever, like around some
Okay.
bongs, some 420 shit. And
They decorated like a stoner classroom.
yeah,
Got it.
yep.
Got it.
And then we went in there, dude, and first of all, before they locked the front door, everybody had to go in through the back. But me and Bev show up a little early. We go through the front door, and
Why'd they lock the front door?
they want everybody to go in through the back.
But why? Was it in the way of the stage or their decorations or what? Or they just wanted people to go through the back?
The parking lot was in the back,
Okay.
and I think that they were just trying to keep everybody going to the back so they could have one door guy
Gotcha.
go through the back.
Got it.
And-
Oh, it's a barbershop too. I forgot.
yeah, it's a barbershop. And but me and Bev walk through the front door, right? And the first thing we see is Anthony Singleton in a chair, right? Getting like his hair lined up. And he just like turns to us. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? It's just so funny. It was like see him like in a barber chair, like greeting us as we walk in. Like, you're getting your hair cut right now? You know?
So yeah, they're doing the last minute hair.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that was fun. And then then like there was dabs in there. Paid so much money, you get unlimited dabs, you get joints, whatever. And that place just got hot boxed out, dude.
Yeah.
Like Bevan
That sounds about
doesn't
right.
smoke, and after a while,
She doesn't smoke?
not anymore.
I didn't know that.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Jesus, you're a giant pothead for having somebody who doesn't smoke live with you.
Oh yeah, she doesn't care.
Yeah, I know. It's just not usually how it works. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, my wife's cool.
She looks like a pothead too. That's everything.
She used to be.
She has pothead.
Yeah, she
has
slowed
pothead
it
vibe.
down. She slowed it down. But we walk in there and like we're hanging out in there, and then after a while, like we're giggling at some shit, and she's like,
She's like, I'm stuck.
"I think I'm getting high."
Yeah.
Dude, it's fun. It's pretty fun.
Right on. Yeah, that's good.
It was a
Good
good
deal.
time. What about you? How was your weekend?
It was fine. Did some Easter shit yesterday. Other than that, didn't do a whole lot this weekend. Pretty light. I went and watched you guys at the Post Fall show. That was fun. I went on Friday night. I went and saw Rachel Afjay. She was great. Tacoma Comic. She came out, did a weekend here, so that's good. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, honestly, because you just never know. Like when you have like somebody filling in as a headliner, it's like, do they really have enough material to do it? She did. She was very funny. She actually had a lot of people there who were there to see her too. So yeah, she's doing great.
Cool. Yeah, I did Make Me Famous with her.
Yeah, she hosted the one that I was on. She took Casey McLean's role.
Nice.
So yeah, she was super nice, a very, very sweet person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wasn't surprised that she was funny because I've seen her, do comedy before, but I was surprised she had the length of material that she had that was still pretty strong. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because even going from like a feature set to doing 25 to 30 minutes to doing 45 to an hour is
100%.
There's a different mode right there.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing I'm sure they went fine, but going to the Saturday show and seeing because I don't think she headlines clubs regularly. I think she does headline a lot of one-off shows regularly, but you know how like the 3 nights in a row doing multiple shows on the last, or on a.
Oh,
on
dude,
the
that's
last night,
awesome.
Just seeing like how tired people can get.
Yeah, and that's awesome because that's going to do nothing but help her out too. Like,
of course,
you're doing a headlining show for a weekend at the comedy club. It's a huge boost.
Yeah, had guest sets all throughout the night, man, or all throughout the weekend. She had Ibrahim the first night, that I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Chris, Blade, and John all did guest sets on the second night. I don't know what shows. I know Chris did the early show, John did the late show, and I know Blade had a guest set. I just don't know where it was.
Yeah, how did Blade have a guest? I wonder how that went. If they did, if they
I'm
doubled
sure.
up.
I mean, I don't know. He was there for a lot of the weekend, so maybe he had already talked about it. But that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was cool. She was giving local people some guest time too, so that's nice.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, so very cool. Good job, Rachel. Half J, check her out if you
Check her
ever-
out. Very
if you
funny.
ever get a shot. She's out of Tacoma area. She's a teacher. She's cool. She's cool. So yeah, it was fun. I had a fun mic on open mic was fun on Thursday. Had a good time. Other than that, just kind of a normal week. Just shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it was fun. So that was last week. Let's update you on the fucking Sus Nation universe and our new listeners.
Universe.
Got a couple states. We got new states. We got Arkansas.
Yes.
Pig Suey, as they say down there. Woo, Pig Suey. That's from the University of Arkansas Razorbacks. That's one of their chants. And Maine. We got Maine. Boom.
Nice.
So we got the South. We got the North.
Nice.
Thank you
of the
both.
Civil War,
Thank you
baby.
all for helping out. 2 new countries, Spain, Thailand. Thanks a lot for coming in.
Oh, we got Thailand.
Yeah, I thought we had both of those, and we did not. So Spain and Thailand. Thank you.
Damn, dude.
And then we got a new part of Canada. We got Newfoundland and Labrador, which is one area.
Labrador is a part of Canada?
Yep.
Is that where the dogs are from?
I knew that was coming. I have no idea. I don't have any idea. I have no idea.
You knew it was coming, but you didn't do any research on that question for me?
No, because I was hoping it wasn't, but it still was.
Yeah, of course.
Sweden. We got a new chunk of Sweden, too. We got Dillon, Sweden. So
How many chunks of Sweden are there?
I don't know. I think in this thing there's like 6 or something.
Huh. I thought Sweden was a small place.
So no, it's a pretty big country. It looks big on the map. It might be really tiny, like Greenland style. I don't know how it works, but
Oh.
But
I
thank
used to
you,
always
go ahead.
Oh, okay, me?
Yeah.
I used to always like this game Plague, where you would have to like create a disease and start from somewhere.
yeah.
I'd always start from Sweden.
I played that. It was a different name that I played, but it was very similar.
Just trying to get
It's very similar.
everybody infected,
Yeah.
kill the world.
Yeah, I forget I think it was called Infection or some shit like that. It's a very similar, like
Cool game, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I love that.
It was super popular during COVID. Actually,
Nothing
It
like
became
killing
which is
everybody
kinda
in
weird.
the world with a disease that you made.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you, new states, new countries, new places. Appreciate you.
You guys rock,
Appreciate
dude.
it. Hey, keep telling people, and we'll keep getting more people in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep
Rock.
listening. Beer of the week. Don't have one. Don't need one. We got white. You're sipping on White Claws
I'm sipping a white gay, drinking a tequila.
and drinking a Cazadores, and I also have a vodka. I got a Absolute going. So we're doing good.
He's absolutely drinking it.
You're probably gonna have you probably have a Coors Light at some point. I'm guessing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got one of them in there. Nice.
Yeah. So that's our beer of the week. Now we can talk to you about here is the special we're talking about today. It's Arnez J. It's called Not Gonna Stop, and we will let Arnez J introduce himself by way of a trailer. Right about now.
Hit it, Jay.
He's black! Arnez? Well, we're here now. If you can laugh at them, you can laugh at yourself. That's part of our problem, America. This is why I'm doing this special. I'm tired of racism right now. You gotta laugh at yourself, because there's something funny about all of us. Ladies, quit looking at me like I'm sexy, okay? If you was in a club and I came up to you looking like this, you were like, girl, let's get the fuck out of here and enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all don't know what I'm doing when I do that? I'm so fucking tired of TikTok right now. You go to bed at 6:30, you don't go to sleep until 4:30 in the morning. Because you flipping through TikTok all goddamn night. Can't even have a conversation with the person you're in the bed with because y'all turned the opposite way looking at TikTok. Oh, baby, look at my video. Look at that. Look at mine. Look at mine. You ever had the sound knocked out of you? Wow. Oh, nigga. I said, Ronnie, come give your brother a hug. Nope. Mother. Squirrel nuts. We ain't gonna be doing that P. Diddy shit. You can go. Take that, take that, take that.
we just heard from Arnez J. That was a trailer for his newest special on YouTube called Not Gonna Stop. Not William Montgomery.
I'm never gonna stop, baby.
Not never gonna stop. He probably did that originally and then got sued. No, Not Gonna Stop. That is Arnez J. Little introduction to Arnez J. I don't know a ton about him, but I knew I recognized him from somewhere. Do you know who he is? Or did you know who he is?
I did not know who he was. This was my first introduction to him.
First foray into Arnez J.
Yes.
That's right, baby. Bars. So he's probably best known. This is what I know him from. I didn't know I knew it from. Didn't know that I knew him from this. He was the host of Comic View for 2 years. That's a traditionally black comedy show on BET. Almost all black people. I think I only saw like a couple. I think that was actually the first time I saw Bill Burr was on BET, which is kind of crazy because Bill Burr famously did a ton of black rooms. Mm-hmm. They'd usually have like one. It's just like a white room, right? They'd have like one diversity guy, right?
Yeah.
Like a white comedy show always, even if it's like blue collar comedy or whatever, they'll be like, oh, we got an Asian guy or we got like one black guy or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing on black shows. If you've ever seen them, almost all the time, it's like a lineup of 9 people. There'll be like 6 black guys, 2 black girls.
Gary Owen made a whole career out of it.
And then a white dude. Yeah, Gary Owen. I guess he's the new.
He's
white,
the token
black
white guy.
Yeah, the token white guy. So Bill. That's how I was introduced to Bill Burr. I was like, this guy's fucking hilarious. So. Like a redhead and then the black people. He's a guy crazy. But anyway, so yeah, host of Comic View for 2 years. It's a very prestigious spot. D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer, both have done it. So Kings of Comedy, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So really, really big in the black community or the black comedy community. Something the DC Improv called Arnez J. One of the most physical comedians working, which I agree with. If you watch this at all, he does a ton of fucking act outs. And a lot, real kind of spastic. He'll roll on the floor. Kind of like Ibrahim, dude. He's like the Ibrahim of comedy. I mean, Ibrahim's a local comic he's very physical.
And some of it doesn't even seem like it's act outs. Like, obviously he's doing act outs, but he'll do like this physical comedy just with whatever he's saying that don't necessarily pertain to like a character or a scene or whatever. It's just like him being physical on stage.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think that's true. He has a old Netflix special. We didn't watch it, did you? It's called Racially Motivated. It came out about 10 years ago.
I have not watched it.
I didn't see it either. And interestingly enough, we talked about this off air, but he was one of the bios I read. I didn't find anything on Wikipedia because they don't update their shit with black comedians. I don't know what's
which
going
is
on.
crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
BET for 2 years, hosting like a very popular comedy show. Doesn't have a Wikipedia page.
Gets over 2 million in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 1.3. I think.
Oh, okay. 1.3 million
views.
in 2 weeks, and doesn't have a
Reviews
bio
on the special. Yeah, no bio. Dude, they fucking
Wikipedia
loved him
is
in the
crazy.
comment section. Holy shit, dude, he's big time. I think within his community, like the black community, the black community, or at least, I don't know, people who have a lot of more black friends than I do. I guess I don't know. I don't. We'll get to this later. I didn't
more
quite
black
get
friends
it.
than you.
I didn't quite. Yeah, I know. I have like 3.5 or whatever.
Wow.
But no, like I don't know that many black people.
3.5.
I do feel like this special caters to the black listener much more so than anybody else, and I think for that reason I don't have quite the attachment to it that I would otherwise have. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's how I feel about it.
Well, and aside from that Netflix special, he did have. I thought I saw that he had another special maybe on YouTube 2 years ago or something like that.
Oh, could be. I don't know. When he released this on his YouTube, it says I haven't done a special in like 10 years or something, so I was bringing it back. Maybe that was just a clip from something else. I don't know, but
I might have taken that 10 years as 2 years.
Oh, maybe.
So,
maybe that's right. Yeah.
I don't know. My research isn't. This is my introduction to him. So
I
don't know.
10 minutes of research, so I'm pretty well versed.
You know your stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna go with what you say.
Know a lot about Arnez J. I don't even know what J stands for in Arnez J. So, or Arnez for that reason. I don't know, or for that meaning, or for that. What?
I thought he was.
What am I trying to say?
I thought he was Muslim.
No, when you say like I don't even know who he is for that matter. Jesus Christ, I was trying for that matter. Oh my
That's
God,
what you're looking for.
Ice had a fucking old guy moment for sure, dude. Coming up on 45, getting old. But yeah, so
Young
Arnez
buck.
J, fairly famous. One of the reviews I saw basically said he's great without having to use profanity, which is interesting to me because he's very profane in this.
Mm-hmm.
In this special, he curses essentially the whole time.
Does curse a lot.
And a lot of F's, a lot of mostly fucks and motherfucker and shit and
N-word.
the N-word.
Yes.
Which is it clean or not? Let's have the conversation.
That's a question.
We talked about this a little bit earlier. I don't know. I feel like there is a segment, or maybe there's a segment of the population that believes that a black man saying the N-word in a black room is completely clean. I don't think it's considered clean elsewhere.
Right.
But in a black room, maybe it is. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, shit.
I
don't
think
know
I
if
think
we're
it's a
allowed to
good
decide.
it's a good it's a good thing to talk about. I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
What I have to add obviously is not I can't speak on black rooms. What I can speak on is like I know some super white religious people.
Sure.
And if I play a song by YG called My N-Word,
Called My N-word.
they're like, I don't like this. This is profane. Right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of
I
wild.
think you're supposed to think that, right? Is like,
Yeah, but that's also
if they're
kind
like,
of wild.
yeah, this
to
is
me.
my shit, you'd be like, all right, come on, man. Like, right, you know what I mean? Like, my
Yeah.
favorite song is
But some of those young
My
white boys,
N-word? Yeah.
some of those young white boys, they lean the opposite way on that. You know what I mean? They'll be
some of the young white boys in the Jehovah's Witnesses or other.
no. Like if you go on Twitter or whatever, you will see young white kids dropping the N-word like
Really?
crazy. Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
So then I don't know if they would. Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak on it.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious within the black community.
Yeah.
If somebody told you you're going to a clean comedy show, we should call all of the black people we know and just ask them.
Oh,
Because there are black mascots, dude. I fuck Jamila is like the one black person I really have a close connection with. No, don't actually call anybody. Don't actually call. No, this is what
we need a correspondent
because I want to tell you. No, because this is like the fucked up thing that we do, and we're as white people is like we're like if you have a race joke or whatever, like you call and you ask somebody, hey, do you think this is fucked up? And it's like you're mascotting them, right? Like they represent all of black humanity. She's like, they're not all the same. Like they don't all believe the same things.
Right.
So the idea that like Jamila is like the representative for all black people, or like Anthony's like or Harry J. Riley is the representative of all black people.
yeah. I don't necessarily. I see what you're saying. I don't think that necessarily is what it is though, because we're calling somebody that has like you have a better perspective than I do when it comes to this. That's just period. You know?
Oh yeah. No, and
It's
yeah,
not-
and exactly. If you're gaining perspective, fine.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not like, I think the problem is sometimes you'll get an answer from someone, and then you'll like proclaim it as like, oh, now that's truth, right?
Oh, right. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's not true. It's just that person's opinion. So it does give you some perspective, and they obviously have a connect. Or Anthony obviously has a connection to black people that we don't have, right?
Exactly,
Being
yeah.
black, you know, like he has.
And he's going to have his own perspective.
Right, he'll have
it's
his
not
own,
going to
yeah.
be the entire community.
Sure.
It's just that's his perspective of things, right?
But for now on, I'm gonna like it's like the joke I do about my buddy Sean Reynolds is like he's the only black person I knew growing up, and so I thought that every stereotype type that I think is based entirely on him, right? So anything he liked, I considered like a black thing that black people like, which is insane, right? But it's also all I had. I had that and Fresh Prince, and that was it, dude. That's all I had. That's all I had.
You were watching this guy on BET?
I watched this motherfucker on BET for sure, dude.
Nice, dude.
I was classic rural white kid that was in love with black culture. Like blackness was coolness, right?
Yeah.
And like very jealous of the fact that I wasn't black, not knowing any of the actual like problem. Like,
Yeah.
only seeing like, oh, it's fucking sick. Everybody loves you. You're Will Smith. Everyone you have a huge high Q rating.
Yeah.
You know, all the fucking black kids that would come to our house. I don't know, shouldn't have said it like that. All the fucking black kids, but like this is true. We had we had two black kids in our school for a long time, or in my class for a long time. It was Sean, my buddy Sean, and then there was like for like 3 years in a row there was like a black There are other ones too, but there are other people who had some. But
Of course.
I'm just saying there's
Yeah,
two.
yeah, yeah.
There are others. Sorry, other people in Moscow High School, 1998. If you're part black, I know you are. I just, for sake of argument,
They're just throwing their phone at the ground.
So they're not listening.
Spiking it,
They're not
stomping on
listening.
it.
But no, like, so there was like one kid who, for like 4 years in a row, there was a different, like, brother of a, because I live in a college town, brother of an athlete at the college who would like move with him to get the fuck out of the hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, so he'd live with his brother while he was going to college here, and he would go to our high school. And they were always just like phenomenal athletes. I think like 3 years in a row, we had like a starting running back who was like a black kid who no one knew the year before, who would like rush for like 1,500 yards. And so it was like a different black kid. It was like 3 years in a row. There'd be our other running back, right? Other than one of my buddies, Russ. Who also might be part black. I don't remember. I don't know who's part black and who isn't. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, my dad thought it was the same guy. Like,
oh no,
the whole time. It was so fun. I was like, oh fuck.
He's like, oh, his number changed. Huh?
No, he's like, that kid's still in school. I'm like, dude, that's been 3 different guys, Dad. That was Williams. That was McBride.
Do they all have the same number?
No, but we didn't. They didn't have
okay.
the same number, but like numbers change all the time. But they didn't have their names on the back or anything. And my dad saw a black kid, and he's just like, "All right, must be the same one." Which honestly, it's not a crazy thing to think in fucking northern Idaho. You know what I mean? Anyway,
Yeah.
But so the point is, my dad was. It was a funny way to be be a little bit racist. You know what I mean? I mean, shit, I didn't know him either. No, so it was fine. Anyway, what the fuck we were talking about? I don't remember. Oh,
Well,
black shit.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about
We're gonna call Anthony and ask him if
Arnez
he,
Jr. Yeah. Just for the perspective, we were talking about calling Anthony for the perspective on what he would think.
I don't think we need to do that.
No, we don't need to. I was just saying,
Write
we
in.
have that
All
option.
our black listeners, write in and tell
Special
us.
K open mic's not going on anymore.
Yeah,
He's
I guess
available.
that's true. He's available.
Yeah. But so like what we were talking about as how like he's known for doing clean comedy, no profanity. This special has profanity.
Right.
I do, however, think that the jokes aren't necessarily dirty. I don't think it's necessarily like the material itself is not dirty material. It's spruced up with some words.
He's being profane, but he doesn't have to be profane.
Yeah, I feel like he could probably do the same set without the profanity and crush in a church or something. Probably, I don't know.
Without the N words, I don't know, man. Maybe they come to expect that. I don't know. Yeah,
Depends what church. All right,
I don't know, dude. Could be Jehovah's. The Church of the N word. I think they'd allow it. I don't know what that is, but
what is that? Let me look that up.
yeah, I'm very. You should definitely
Jamie?
Google that one. Yeah, I'd definitely like to. If you're a member of the black community and you have a take, we'll do a poll. All our black listeners, if you have a take on whether or not the N word by a black person, if they only use the N word, can they still be is it still a clean comedy show?
Is it profane?
If everything else is is it is it profane? Is it totally clean? Is it squeaky clean? Is it PG-13? What do you think?
Yeah, interesting.
Love to hear it. standupsnobs@gmail.com. I doubt we're gonna get any love on or any. I mean, I don't know. Does Anthony listen to this shit? Does Harry listen to this shit? Probably not. Jamila might. It's possible.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an interesting.
Of
It's
the
an interesting
6
question.
black people we know, maybe one of them will listen.
Everybody in Spokane.
Then I'll be our representative, dude. They'd be like our black correspondent. Every time we talk about black stuff, we'll bring them on and be like, "All right, black person, you are the representative for all black people."
Oh, they don't even have a name.
Dude, we don't even. That's so fucked up. All right.
That is funny.
All right. Let's move on. That was the intro. That's Arnez J. Yeah, he's a very big time host of Comic View. Pretty famous within the black community as a comic. Has a very Comic View style. Overall impressions. How did you feel about the special overall?
Overall, I wasn't crazy about it.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't crazy about it. Not trying to hate on Arnez.
Oh, dude.
Arnez J. But I will say is, so for this special, I didn't get a chance to like actually watch it on my TV. What I did do though is I listened to it while I was at work. And to me, a lot of comedy, right, is kind of, I view it the same way that I view like other media, right? Like if I'm listening to a podcast, right? Like I'm listening to a podcast. If I'm listening to stand up, I expect everything to hit just by audio itself, right? I think act outs should be in stand up for sure, and they should just kind of like progress a joke to make it even funnier. But as far as audio goes, this did not do it for me.
Got it.
How do you feel? What do you think?
I'm similar. I feel like this is not. I mean, I feel like this is for sure a special not designed for me. To be honest with you, it's not the type of comedy
I
that
agree
really
with
like.
that as well. Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you right now, when I watched Comic View, there were a lot of comics that were similar to this kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
It's very high energy. There's a lot of act outs, a lot of physical comedy, a lot of like voices, and just a lot of race material too, like a ton of race material. And also something that a lot of the black comic, or a lot of the people on just in general on Comic View and his style, it's very like preacher style. Like it's like he's in church preaching, and it's like there's a ton of call and response type stuff. I mean, we mentioned it. We actually have a clip that has some of it in there. That's the one that I'm doing. But yeah, it's just a different style of comedy. I think it's really popular in like a black room. And I mean, white people do it as well, but it's just not for me because it's very much like energy comedy. It's energy comedy without a ton of like, the jokes just aren't real. The jokes don't stand on their own. They really are. It's all about like what kind of energy, like.
Oh, the jokes don't stand on their own at all.
I bet it's a hell of a great time, but it's also like when you're watching it from afar, you don't feel like you're a part of it.
Right.
That's not for me. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. What I like to think about is funny is imagine like putting all this energy into all these act outs, right? As you're just bombing. You're just eating dick and then you're falling on the ground.
But for sure.
No, he's killing. But
I mean, I've seen people do that, right?
Yeah.
You've seen people bomb and do like crazy act outs.
Yeah. It's just so
I
much
don't know how
energy
he's as
and then
fat
to
as
not
he
get
is,
shit.
dude. Because he's running around the whole time. How is he so big? I mean, he's not huge, but he's a pretty thick dude.
He got a little meat on his bones.
So overall,
Well, that's not bad.
But yeah, overall, neither one of us loved it. You know,
It's not our style, and we didn't feel like it was.
It didn't really speak to me.
It didn't speak to me either.
It's not for me,
because
I
it's
don't
not
think.
for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. That's how I
Okay,
feel.
so there's a lot of white people who will pretend that they like this because they're super into black culture. I probably would have back in the day. You know what I mean? There's like, you know how people will do that, right? Like, oh yeah, I really love that. You know, like, no, you didn't.
Oh yeah.
You don't even know what happened just now. You just think you're supposed to love it, but
You don't. Yeah.
yeah. Because you saw 8 brown people who loved it. And you're like, I don't want to be racist. It's like, you can also just not like it. It's
I'm
totally
not a
fine.
Playboy Cardi fan, but I love him.
It's fantastic. So that is our overall impression. Let's move on to, let's talk about, first of all, we're going to stop for a minute because I'm going to go get my fucking dog in the goddamn pen. He's driving me nuts.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All
So
right.
that was overall impressions. Let's talk about his look. Let's talk about the fit. Fashionisto, visual impressions, Colton Drake.
Fashionisto.
You know, he's an award-winning wardrobeographer, which I think is a word.
Fashionista.
Fashionisto,
they
probably
call
a
me.
better word. We already have one. I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm making another one for it. So what do you think, buddy?
Okay, Fashionista wise, he shows up in a pair of slacks,
shows up.
black slacks, right? And just to set the vibe, I believe this venue is in Houston, Texas,
Houston, Texas.
right? And so it's purple curtains behind him.
H-Town.
Looks like purple curtains.
Yeah,
And it's like there's some lines of black in there
sure.
behind him. I think the backdrop is really cool. Big purple
Yeah.
guy. I think it looks
You
great.
love purple, dude.
Yeah, I do. I like purple. Now he comes out in black slacks and he has a leather jacket on.
And blackface, dude. He was blackface as well.
Okay, thanks. He has a black jacket on and then he has a blue button-up shirt. A
Okay.
black leather jacket. I think, here's the thing. is terrible. I hate a black leather jacket over slacks. Are you out of your fucking mind? That's a bad idea, dude. It doesn't
Gotta have Colton's fashion faux pas. That's in there, dude.
No, that's bad. What the fuck are we talking about, right? That's
shirtless. He's fine with, but black black leather jacket over the slacks
with
dude.
slacks.
Yeah, I got you.
Like you're a criminal. That's insane. And you know it's bad because he loses the black jacket almost immediately.
That's what I'm talking about.
Within 2 minutes, he loses the black.
To me, that's
leather jacket.
major negative points for whatever it's worth in Fashionisto. Like you have a part of your ensemble that you take off 2 minutes into the special on an hour 8 special, and he never puts it back on.
No. And
So
it's
what
an hour
is that?
8. It's an hour
What
8.
is that, dude?
Would you just come from the rain? What happened?
Yeah, that's weird, right? Like,
Yeah, and then he takes it off. And I will say, without
Looks better without
it
it.
looks better without the black jacket. Here's the thing: you get rated by a whole ensemble when you come out. That's
whole
how this
ensemble.
go. This is how this goes.
that's how it be.
Right.
That do
So,
be how it be.
aside from that, he has some bracelets. He has a watch. He has a wedding ring. He's bald, clean shaved. He's got a little bit of a goatee. That all looks good.
Looks fine.
Not talking shit on
Okay,
that. The
got it.
shirt's a little snug.
He mentions how fucking tiny his jacket is on him too, and then he takes it off.
Yeah.
So that's weird, right?
Yes. What did he just wear it for the joke? Because that's even worse.
I hate that.
Yeah, if you
I
just
don't-
wear something for the joke is worse.
I don't think he did. I think he didn't realize how hot it was going to be up there.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm giving him a
I'm
2.
going to shit on him
I'm giving
enough
him.
times.
I'm giving him a 2 or a 3 on. 2 or 3 on Fashionisto.
Okay.
Not my fave. I do like that he looks cleaned up. I do think the shirt and the slacks look good. I think the leather jacket really it knocked him down from a 5 to 2 or 3.
The video was, the video quality and everything for a YouTube special is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot better with those lately.
Yeah,
But I thought it was nice.
And how much of that do we like attribute to the artist or to just like technology is just getting better, dude? You know what I mean?
I think it's people realizing how big YouTube specials are now, like how like they can be just as big as other ones. I think it's just a matter of, yeah. I mean, technology is getting better, but I think editors are getting better.
Yeah,
And
it's also getting easier, probably.
it's probably getting easier,
Yeah.
but people still fuck it up. You know what I mean?
That being said, though, I don't want this to take anything away from the venue. I think the venue looks really cool.
It does. I can tell from this picture, and I noticed this. It's something that's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
The mic stand is fucking leans. It isn't straight up and down. Like it has like a lean to it.
Oh yeah,
And
but
I
did
know
he just
I
take
just
his hand
noticed
off
it.
of it?
Well, no. I mean, if you look at it going forward, you'll see it's a little bit leany. It's a little bit like wiggly.
Not on
And I
our
only
watch.
noticed that because last Thursday, we had to substitute in a microphone because Cole Donovan broke our mic stand on Thursday.
What? I missed
Yeah,
that. How'd he do that?
Well, you weren't there, you fucking dick. No, but
know,
he,
yeah, I took-
it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't malicious or anything. He just like stepped on the edge of it, and when he was like pulling it to a part. I don't even think he was trying to do it.
What
And
a
it just
fucking
snapped.
idiot!
Just
I'm
snapped.
just kidding.
And then he won $50, and I was like, dude,
That
you
goes
win,
to the mic stand.
Yeah, you win $15 with $35 for a mic stand, you dick. No, it was fine. But anyway, yeah. So Fashionisto, I don't have anything to say to that, dude. He doesn't have a gold mic. You know, I know that's.
that would help him.
But yeah, I thought the venue looked fine. I don't have any. I thought he looked fine.
I think the venue looked.
I thought it was weird that he took his jacket off 2 minutes in. I thought
I think
that
the
was very
jacket and
weird.
slacks is really what
He's
drops
gonna have like
this for
4
me.
costume changes and the whole like, was he Taylor Swift over here? What the fuck is going on?
exactly. Wear a hotter dress if that's the case.
Yeah, wear a hotter dress, dude. Show some ball.
Show us the biscuits.
Show us the biscuits. So Arnez J, you get a 3 Prince Alberts. Was it 2 or 3? 2 to 3 Prince Alberts out
Bing,
of 10.
bing, bing. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's 3. Oh, that's your sound.
That's my new thing.
effect for.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
give you access to the soundboard and have a good one for you, and you can just hit it as many times as you want. Like
I would
ding,
love
ding,
that.
ding.
I love
ding.
my own soundboard over here.
Yeah, dude, you got $200 whatever the fuck this thing cost me. I don't remember. It wasn't that much.
I do.
You don't have that much money to spend on that shit. I know
I'm
that.
into it.
That seems like a waste. And also, I don't know how we coordinate our own soundboards. Maybe I can get you an off-board soundboard. This is
be
important
sweet.
content. That was Fashionisto. Congratulations, Arnez J. You made a special, and you were in it. And you have 3 Prince Alberts out of 10.
Bing, bing, bing.
So that's what that is. Let's talk about what we liked, favorite jokes. We start positive on this one, right?
Oh, yeah.
So something that I thought was really interesting before we get into the specific.
Uh-huh.
So he does this thing at the beginning, and you probably didn't, or you probably noticed it, but didn't. He does a call response at the very beginning where he says, "Oh fuck, I forget all the lines." But it's like it's essentially like a gospel call and response. And the last one he does is like, "Won't he do it? Yes, he will."
Oh, yeah.
Like oh, God is good all the time, or whatever it is.
Yeah, and all the time,
God is good, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and then they go, "Won't he do it? Yes, he will." Like, I had no fucking clue what that was.
Catholic shit.
Until it's not Catholic shit. I'm Catholic. It's not Catholic shit.
Oh, I thought that was some Catholic shit.
No, it's not Catholic shit at all. It's very black churchy.
Oh.
And the only reason I know that is because my brother's girlfriend, Kadisha, who's from Queens, grew up in a very, very religious black household. And she said that to me once. She's like, "Won't he do it?" And then started laughing. And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She's like, "You never heard that before?" So she explained to me like the call and response. Very popular in her church. I don't know if it's black church or just her specific religion, to be honest with you. And I don't remember what she was or what her specific form of Christianity is. But she's like, "Won't he do it? Yes, he will." But apparently those motherfuckers all know it. All the people in black church in Houston know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was really funny to me to hear that in any other context. I've only heard it from her. So even though I was like, I'm not a big like call and response guy, it was very preachy, like kind of all that stuff. It was very fun to hear that. Like, oh shit, I wonder if Jamila or I wonder if Kadisha knows this guy.
So, question: I'm not super well versed in as far as like Catholic church goes, right? But there is still like a call and response in some things, right? Don't they do some?
Oh
things
yeah, but it's
like,
way wider, dude. It's way like.
Which ones do they do?
Oh, like so it'd be like, "The Lord be with you, and also with you."
Yeah.
You know,
Okay,
like,
perfect. Yeah.
Peace be with you and with your spirit. Now is the new one, but like there's
Yeah.
it changes all the time too, man. They
Never
always
show
fuck
your
it up.
spirit too.
Dude,
we
never
learned
show
that
your
in
spirit.
that last pod. Yeah.
You know what shows your spirit? Not knowing the answers to the shit you're supposed to know in church. That shows how often you're there. Swear to God, they changed that just to fuck with you, dude.
Yeah, that's messed up, dude.
They got
You
a
go
church.
in there like thinking you got it.
Absolutely, man. I grew up in Catholic school and shit. And then they changed everything. And then my dad was like, "You going to church still?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, absolutely." And then I go to church and I don't know any of the words and I fuck it all up.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
it's different at our church. No, I didn't lie to him
like,
about it. I was like,
what?
whatever.
They're cool with the gays now? What is going on?
They sort of are, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Pope Francis just
Yeah.
died, dude. Fucking shit.
Pope changed that.
I think Trump just appointed himself Pope.
Sick.
Probably. I'm guessing. I mean, why wouldn't he?
I'm the Pope and the President.
Yeah, I'm the Pope. I'm the President. I'm the Dalai Lama. I don't know what that is, but I don't remember what that is. Is that Buddhist? I don't know what the fuck it is.
No,
Pretty
they
good.
they
No,
go to
monk.
Buddha.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is
Tibetan
it?
monk, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? Dalai Lama?
Dalai
Whatever,
Lama
dude.
was a Buddhist monk.
The only thing we know less about than geography, I think, is probably world religion.
No, I think we got world religion better than we got geography. if I'm
You're
being
probably
honest.
right. You got Jehovah's Witnesses down. I
I
got
have that,
half a Catholic shit down.
I know
That's it.
some Mormon shit. I got their book.
Do you have their book?
Hell yeah.
Why do you have their book?
Because they came to my door and I was like, give me
You're like,
the book.
free book.
Yeah,
You
give me the
don't
book.
read. You didn't even read 5 Rings, dude. You listen to it.
I read the cover.
Great.
That's what I did to the Mormon book too.
It says
Book of Mormon.
5 rings.
You fucking dickhead.
My impression of Colton Drake reading by Jay Berg.
That's so funny. I'm an excellent reader, dude. Popcorn.
So yeah, so let's talk about the actual specific bits that we're gonna single out here. We can talk about.
Okay.
Let's do yours first. I want to do yours first. This one, can you want to set it up?
Not really. He sets it up.
Okay, I'll set it up real quick. It's essentially
Okay.
because I mean I do think there's some context. So it's essentially the context of the joke is it's a slave auction. Okay, so here we go. Here's the bit.
You know, slaves back in the day got sold. You know, they got sold from their families, sold from their loved ones, sold from each other. But here's the thing. Okay, we know that's what they did. But when they get ready to sell you, why are you trying to make yourself look good? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like they would say, "Get on up here, nigga. We gonna start at 900." Motherfucker would swell up. They gonna buy you. They couldn't have done that to me. They would have called me, "Get on up here, nigga." Y'all can't make me laugh. You know slaves didn't laugh back in the day, don't they? Okay, here I come, Malcolm. We ain't gonna make no money, huh?
And that was the bit Colton chose to talk about. What do you want to talk about with it?
I like the angle of it.
Sure.
I think the angle of the bit is original. I think it's an authentic.
Yeah, the premise.
Yeah, the premise. And also, he doesn't act out with it that you don't get to see if you're listening to it, obviously. Where he like buffs himself up.
So you're explaining it in audio form right now. You're doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
He like, puffs up his chest.
He puffs up his chest. Yeah.
And puts his shoulders back.
I think what I liked about it is I thought the premise and the thought of that was original. From what I've seen, like
funny.
you hear, I mean, I have heard a lot of jokes about slavery and about how like, oh man, if I lived back then and how
I've told a lot of jokes about slavery. Let's be honest.
You're one of them, and but I just like that. I like that positioning of the joke. I think that's what makes it for me. I think it's funny, and I think it's funny going up there and being like sickly. I like it. That's what I liked. That was my favorite joke.
I did like the initial cough. You know what I mean? And then and this is something I think.
Just trying to make yourself look weak as hell so you don't gotta do shit. It's funny.
And you can sort of see the like how he gets the people to where he wants them. I mean, his mannerism, his charisma is clearly in. Like, he has essentially one strong joke there and one tag, but he's able to like navigate a ton of energy out, or like pull a ton of energy out of it. He's got good pacing. He'll pause. There's big laughs, and he waits for them to die down, and then he adds his tag.
Right.
He has a couple sort of non sequiturs that allow the joke to get multiple laughs without really being a tag. You know what I mean? Like the first thing he said, like he just does the cough thing, right? Like why you make just and then sitting on it, and then they say whatever, and then he doesn't even. I don't remember exactly what he says in between that and his tag, but his tag is essentially or is like, oh, we're not going to make any money, are we? Or whatever, right? But before that, he says like one other thing, and he gets another big laugh out of it, right? And it's all energy. It's all just like his likability, his charisma. And I did think that was funny.
Yeah.
There's one thing that you can notice there that I think is a little more obvious in that clip than in the one I'm going to play, but it drove me fucking nuts the entire time. He has this weird voice that he uses like 70% of the time, where it's like a wavery falsetto, like fumbling, like a very like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost, I mean, I say falsetto, but it's like a wavery voice, and it's clearly fake, because when he's talking about a lot of things, it's sort of his punchline voice. You know what I mean? It's like I'm gonna tell a punchline now. You know what I mean? Like, just to let you know, it's almost like his version of the lit applause button that you have on like fucking daytime TV. You know what I mean? Like, everybody clap right now. Like, it clues you into.
Did you think he was using that for punchlines?
Yeah,
I guess I was kind of putting that more into like some setups. I think I noticed it.
I think
I noticed it a lot. I did notice it a lot, just kind of regardless. I didn't know if that was like his thing. I'm not like well versed in him.
Yeah,
so
I don't know
if that's like something he does.
He does it so often. I was like, is it actually natural? But there's no fucking way. Because sometimes he's talking, and you're like, oh, he's making a normal point. He doesn't talk like that.
Right.
You know, when he's talking to you about how he's gonna tell the truth and blah 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 blah. That part was annoying on its own. But like when he says that, like he's very much not going, oh, I'm going to tell you that. Like it was very, it's normal voice. It was very odd to me to hear that for so much of it.
It was odd. I think I will say though that what I appreciate about that is I haven't heard anybody else do that. Right. So I like the authenticity of it. Right, to where it's like it's original. You have your own voice, and if that's what you've been doing through your specials that I'm not aware of, then I like it more, I guess.
Okay, I feel like it's original, but I can't tell you why, and maybe I'm wrong. I feel like I don't know. I don't know.
But no, that's a great point to bring up, because I noticed that the whole time. The way
it was really distracting to me. I agree.
It
wasn't distracting. It kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you. I'm like, could you just deliver your jokes and let them stand on their own? Don't like. It just seemed like it was it was almost like too big of an act out, right? It was like too big of a it's almost like
an act out with his voice.
He's exasperated to the point that he can't speak.
Yeah.
With clarity, like he's so like.
Yeah.
It just didn't ring true to me. It was a little bit too theatrical for me, I guess.
So, and I know we're gonna do
Sure.
do your favorite joke. I don't know if this is a good time to bring
Boom.
this up,
Do it.
but
Don't care. I hate it. So mad.
something I didn't like is before he dived into this type of these jokes about like him pretending he was a slave or whatever from back,
Sure.
right? Is he sets all of this up with it all up with I don't watch stand up. That's what he says. I don't watch
you'd hate
stand
that.
up.
Yep.
I don't listen to stand up.
When I heard him say that, I was like, Colton's gonna fucking hate this.
And then he jumps into shit. I do fucking hate that.
I know you do.
I
know.
fucking
It's
hate
like your number one pet peeve. When
Yeah.
people don't watch stand.
Because what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Watch some goddamn stand up. Because you know what he does do this whole time? I know
Yeah,
we're not on to
You've
this
been doing
part
it
yet.
forever.
I know we're not
No,
on
it's
to this
all
part yet.
Go. We're sort of mixing what we liked and what we didn't.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Because what I don't like about that is
Mm-hmm.
then he does a lot of things that in my head are kind of hacky.
Sure.
And I feel like you saying, "Oh, I don't listen to stand up. I don't watch stand up," right? What you're doing is you're just like kind of giving yourself rope to be a hack.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
Do you think that's what it is?
That's what it
Because I
feels
don't
like.
understand why you'd announce it. Like, I don't really watch other stand up. Like, why would you say that? Like, can you imagine anybody?
I think
just-
that's what it is. I think because he knows he's going on territory that's
Yeah,
already
maybe.
like well
Do you
mined.
think-
He knows like what he's talking about right now is like well mined material, right? I think that joke that we just played.
So that would be
is
the only
authentic,
point of
is
it. 'Cause I'm
good.
trying to figure out what the point of telling people you don't.
I think it's because
That's
he's
insane.
going to cover something that everybody has,
yeah.
that a lot of people have covered.
We
Right.
talked about that. We talked about this offline, but like, that's like if you're like a fucking physicist and you're just like, yeah, I don't even pay attention to Einstein. Like, why wouldn't?
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't you want to learn? I don't even know if Einstein's a physicist, whatever he is. You know what I
He's
mean?
a mathematician.
Or yeah, whatever. Like a scientist. Like, oh, I'm a scientist, but I've never heard of Einstein. I don't even pay attention to Einstein because why would I want?
yeah.
I
And then
wanna
you come up with a
theory
theory of relativity
on
or
my
whatever.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it is to introduce like, or to sort of give himself a pass for doing
That's
like
what I think.
retread
That's
material.
personally what I think it is.
Okay, that actually sort of makes sense. But you're kind of telling on yourself, aren't you? Like,
Yeah, but I don't think anybody else is necessarily picking that up.
Yeah.
We're stand-up snobs. That's we watch this shit. He doesn't.
That is what
he
we
doesn't
do.
watch it. He doesn't know shit.
Yeah, he
honestly.
doesn't fucking-
How the fuck are we gonna listen to a guy that doesn't know
Yeah.
shit?
I will tell you this:
know
we're
what I
not
mean?
going to get a follow out of him. I can tell you that.
I'm just kidding.
He doesn't listen to. No, he doesn't listen to.
He doesn't listen to it.
Stand
Yeah,
up or
stand-up
podcast.
snob. He's not gonna give a fuck.
He hears stand up. He's like, I'm not listening to that. Why
Yeah,
would I do
well,
that?
don't
Why would I
listen to
work on my
stand-up.
craft? That's
Come on.
insane.
No, I'm gonna do hacky.
I
jokes.
get 1.3 million fucking views. That's insane. That's a lot of views.
This is the voice I have when I'm.
This is my voice. It's very weird, and it's really hard to.
That was a
you
big
can hear
gripe
it.
for me, by the
You
way.
can hear it in the. If you listen to it back, the little clip we played, you can hear it quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can hear it in the clip that I did.
If you watch the special, you'll hear it.
But you'll hear it a ton, and you either will love it. I think that's what I think people love it if they aren't annoyed by it. You know what I mean? It's almost like Gaffigan's like sort of crowd voice thing that he did that I thought he used to do way too much, and it drove me nuts. And then, but I'm sure it was awesome
I understood that more.
because he's white.
No, it's because he would use them as punchlines,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
right?
okay. So in this case, you're saying he uses it sometimes as punchlines, sometimes as setups, and
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he just kind of uses it at will or whatever. It's
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's-
all that said, like he fucking crushes. By the way.
he's murdering this room.
Like this room absolutely adores him, and dude, you can't find a bad thing on the YouTube review, the YouTube comments. It's like there's goat talk, which is insane, but there's goat talk. There's
That
like
is
I
insane.
missed him, or I missed
he
you
doesn't
from
even have a
Comic
bio.
View. Yeah,
You can't be the goat and not have a bio. That's insane.
I mean, when you've been doing comedy for as long as he has, right? And he's not unknown; he's relatively unknown. If
bro,
you're
I got a bio.
on Wikipedia.
No, but I can make one right
shit.
now.
Like I said, I think I don't know if I said this offline or on. I don't know if black people edit Wikipedia. I think maybe that's the problem. Only white people are allowed to edit Wikipedia, dude. That was part of the DEI initiative or some shit.
DEI is like,
Yeah,
you
they
get
scrubbed all the
you get
black
Wikipedia
content.
pass.
Oh God, that's horrible.
That's why Wikipedia starts with a W. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
So yeah, we ended, let's talk about the one clip that I like. No, this is something I actually really liked from him, but there's also some other things to talk about here. This is about basically it's people singing at church, right? The idea is people singing at church. He leads into it with an unnecessary white people versus black people thing, like white people sing hymns differently than black. It doesn't really make sense, but still, I like this part.
Said the night wind to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A child shivers in the cold. We will bring him silver and gold. Why is it always one nigga think they can out-sing the whole church? And I heard it right down this line. We will bring him silver and gold. Just sing the goddamn song. Ain't no record deals coming out of here. Black people are always trying to make the song longer than what it is.
You can definitely hear it in that quote, like the little wavery voice thing that he's doing. But I like that quote. I like that clip for a few reasons. One, it's funny to me that he's like, why is there always... I didn't hear anybody that sounded like they were like trying to out-sing everybody.
Yeah, I didn't either.
However, it's an easy thing to just say somebody did that, and I really don't actually have a problem with it.
Yeah.
What's funny about it is then he immediately becomes that guy, because I think he is that guy, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's talking about himself when he's saying the guy, because he immediately does like the super falsetto, big time Whitney Houston Star Spangled Banner shit. You know what I mean? Also, really speaks to me with my family. My family notoriously, they're all deaf for one, and they're real loud church singers, dude. My dad, big time, huge loud church singer. Mm-hmm. When they get together, they like try to sing over the top of each other. Here's the thing: none of them are horrible. My dad has a pretty good voice. Most of them do not, but they just are loud. They're like, well, how you sing at church is you're loud as fuck, and that makes you a better singer. You know what I mean?
It helps.
So hearing and like somebody always thinks they're like the hot shot at church.
Right.
Dude, it's the heckler of church, essentially. It's like, I could be on this show. You know what I mean? Like, it's sort of like that. Go be in the choir. Like, nah, I want to be in the congregation. I'm just going to be loud as fuck. Everybody's going to know my pipes. You know what I mean?
So this
it's like your bars.
This joke was funny to me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was raised Jehovah's Witness.
Sure.
And so was Michael Jackson, right?
Oh, I know that.
Michael Jackson was Jehovah's Witness. And my grandma...
Was that on all the posters and shit? All the J-Dub posters? Like,
no.
The King of Pop, dude.
Of course not, dude.
That'll get you
a bad rap immediately.
Sure.
You know what I mean? No.
There's only one king, motherfucker.
In Nevada, my grandma used to go to the Kingdom Hall in Nevada.
Okay.
And Michael Jackson, I guess, would show up at that Kingdom Hall or something.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Something to that effect. I can be totally wrong on these details. Something like that, though. And one of the things that would happen that they would talk about was, or that she told me, was that Michael Jackson would show up, right? He goes to the Kingdom Hall, shows up, doesn't show up often, right? But he'd show up to this one. And that people knew that was Michael Jackson, obviously. So then they'd be trying to sit behind him.
To hear if he could sing?
And then when they would hit, the songs would hit, they would go all in.
Oh,
you know
they would. Oh, they're trying to get record deals?
They're trying
That's so
to,
funny because that's what he says. Like the record deal part? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's very funny.
No way,
In front of Michael Jackson.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's very funny because that's like...
Yeah.
So like on the one hand, you're like, if you're a good Jehovah's Witness, you'd be like, it's not about... The glory is all into God and all that shit, right? You know what I mean? That's always the weird thing. You're supposed to be extra pious and extra whatever.
But at the same time, you have an A-list celebrity in front of you.
And you're trying to impress them.
Yeah.
And he's a golden calf of sorts, right? You're trying to it all gets real murky, man.
Yeah,
it gets real murky.
But I thought that joke was really funny to me just because I knew people, dude. Not that I knew them, but I knew stories of that type of shit.
You go to Jehovah's, you go to the Kingdom Hall, dude, and you're dressed all up, you're ready to go.
You see Michael walk in?
And then fucking Michael Jackson and 12 8-year-olds walk in. You're like, fuck yeah, dude.
Where's he sitting? Where's he sitting?
Him and his cadre of fucking
We're
8-year-old
right behind
ass,
him.
dude.
We're right behind him.
Wearing sparkly suits and shit.
Obey.
He's already eating ass like during the service. Like he put $30 in the collection plate. He can eat that 8-year-old's ass. It's totally fine.
Can you imagine if you go so hard and behind Michael Jackson, you're behind him just belting it,
Dude, that's
and then
so
you see him turn around.
That
and
sounds like
he
an
doesn't
episode
even-
of Curbed. To be honest with you,
doesn't
like
even give you a look or nothing.
God, that's funny. Or he's like puts earplugs in.
Oh, God.
Dude, what if he's like, what if he moves 2 seats over to the side? Like, I can't fucking deal with this motherfucker.
Afterwards,
That is so funny.
you're thinking you just fucking killed
Just
in front of
smashed
Michael.
it. Yeah. But yeah, I like that.
Doesn't
I
even
like
give you
that.
time
I
of
like
day.
that gig. And but also that sort of
It's a funny joke.
but that sort of style too is like what I didn't love about the special. Like, is there's a ton of call and response. We talked about this. Like,
Yeah.
there's a ton of like he says something and he wants you to say something. Now, as somebody who does call and response as a host of an open mic all the fucking time, right? I always go, "Hey, you ready to have a good time? Give me a hell yeah!" And then people go,
Hell
"Hell yeah,
yeah.
whatever," whatever. And it's fun. I have a good time doing that.
This was on another level.
But this is a special, dude.
Yeah.
And also, it didn't make like a lot of the call and response stuff didn't have a reason for it, right? Like there was no reason for him to be like. We talked about this, so he's like, he has a story about being a high school football player, and he keeps repeating like, I was 5'6", I weighed this much. My nickname was
free
this.
safety.
It's a free safety. I weighed this much. There were 4 or 5 things, right?
Right.
And several times during that joke,
What position did I play?
yeah, what
How
position
much did I
play?
weigh?
Said free safety, 185.
Yeah,
5'6".
Yeah.
Dynamite was his nickname or whatever it was, right? And
I
it
don't
didn't
understand.
Really
It
have
didn't
any-
add
yeah,
anything to the.
didn't have any
No.
payoff. There was no real payoff to it.
I wonder if the
think-
payoff was him just trying to garner the audience more, right? Because he's not doing any crowd work.
It's 100% what the payoff is. Like
Yeah.
they feel like they're a part of it,
Right.
He
And you don't
found-
have to do crowd work.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to work
and he did a
at
little
all.
bit, but yeah,
You know what I mean?
But yeah, he did. So he does that to ingratiate himself to the crowd. I hate it.
I do too.
Hate
Yeah,
it.
I don't like
However, if it works, I mean, if it works, and honestly, if he had better jokes, it'd be different. Honestly, I'd be having a different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay to do that to ingratiate yourself to the audience in order to kind of get yourself off on the right foot if you don't rely on it too much? I mean, I've always said no. I don't think it's okay because I'm kind of a purist. I'm kind of a fucking stick up my ass. I'm a snob. Definitely a comedy snob. That's the reason we call it the comedy or the stand-up
Stand-up
snobs.
snobs,
Is because I am snobby about it and not really fairly so. There are things that local comics do that definitely the audience likes that I hate. I fucking hate. I can't stand. At the same time, they tend to work pretty well.
Right.
And there's this like crowd interactive involvement that if you do get the crowd, if that's the way to get the crowd on your side to listen to otherwise good jokes, like really, who am I to be like, yeah, you shouldn't fucking do that? Except I always will. I still think it's a cheap way to get over.
Yeah.
To me, it's the same as pandering. Like it is a form of pandering, right? Where you're like, oh,
And
the
he was doing
strong
a lot of
women
that.
out there.
I
And
felt
he did a lot
like
of that.
he did a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm not. Oh, we're
I'm
ending
just gonna tell you-
racism tonight. I'm
just gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah,
Like
and-
he's some sort of fucking savior.
All
And
I
he's the
thought
only
is, like,
person.
yo, watch some fucking stand up, motherfucker. This is the most hacky shit
Yeah.
everybody's fucking said. Like, shut
that
up,
whole
dude.
that
Like-
whole thing, the whole like I'm the one person who's gonna tell it like it is. How many hundreds of comics have fucking said that? I'm so tired of that.
And that's what I'm saying. It's hack.
I am so tired of like I'm gonna say what it is.
Yes.
Unlike everybody else, like, have you watched
Yes.
any Clearly, he hasn't. But have you
No.
watched any comedy for the last 10 years? This is 90% of
And
every
that's why
white
you
guy's
need
bit.
to watch fucking comedy.
Yeah, for sure, to see where things are going.
Yeah.
I agree.
To fucking be better. Be better.
was a
than that.
bummer.
Move up.
It was a bummer.
Yeah.
That part of it. I mean, you'll never forgive people when they say they don't watch stand up. I fucking love it.
Well, no,
I love that you have a thing. Like you have a line on the stand. You're like,
I get it to an extent.
if you met somebody and they're like your comedy hero, and they're like, I don't watch stand up, you'd be like, fuck you. I'm never talking to you again.
I get it. I
If
get it
Andrew
to an
Schultz
extent.
was like, I don't watch stand up, you're like, fuck you, I'm out.
Well, I get it to an extent, right? Like I understand not wanting to adopt somebody's voice, and if you listen to too much of somebody, sometimes it's easy to find yourself talking like them, or like saying punchlines like they do, like having certain
not watching.
tones,
Yeah.
right? Or okay, but then like if you're watching a lot of it, I could see too where you would be like, yo, oh, that guy had a similar thought to me, and that was a joke that I had. Now I feel uncomfortable doing this joke because I know.
Sure.
That, but it's also just like, why don't you just separate your joke a little bit further from theirs?
Yeah, for sure.
And not be so close with it. Because here's the thing, that audience is going to hear that joke, and then they're going to hear you do your fucking joke. And if it's the same fucking joke, they're going to be like, oh, what happened? Right?
Yeah.
Did you steal that? Did he steal that?
Yeah.
And it could be totally nothing to do with that. Nobody stole nothing. Everyone's coming up with it organically, but it's the
Parallel
same
thought.
shit.
Yep.
Right? So it's like, okay, why not listen to other people
And avoid it.
and then avoid that? I just don't understand. I don't understand the thought process aside from not trying to adopt somebody's voice.
Yeah.
And then also running across jokes
I will
that
say
are
this.
parallel thinking.
If I go devil's advocate on this, I believe what he said was, I don't really watch stand-up or nothing like that. Did he add something on like that onto it? I feel like he may have, but if he doesn't, if he just says, I don't really watch a lot of stand-up, there are reasons why you wouldn't watch a lot of stand-up that I'm totally okay with. One is like, hey, I'm fucking doing stand-up all the time. I don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody's like, I don't really watch a lot of stand-up because I don't really have the time because I'm fucking touring and I'm doing blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this, whatever. That shows like, first of all, you have a want to watch stand-up. You just don't. Or if there's like some other reason for it, if it's just, I purposely don't watch stand-up, which some people say, which is crazy. I don't remember what he said. He said something that if there was some reason behind it, wasn't there? It was like,
I don't remember. I just remember him saying that and then getting into some hacky shit.
and then getting mad, just getting angry.
Mad hack.
Aggro,
Yeah.
dude. Big mad.
Okay, just to... What was your point again? Can you say that again for me?
No, I'm just saying, like, I guess being a devil's advocate, like, if you just say I don't watch a lot of stand up, if there maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe there's a reason for it. It seems like
But you said you'd be fine with it because he's out doing stand up so much.
well,
right?
if the reason had nothing to do with I don't watch it because I don't want to watch it, like.
Okay, so here's my rebuttal just to what you said about him being like, yo, I'm always doing stand up, right? I'm not watching a lot of it. If you're always doing stand up, you always have a host. You always have a feature, right? At that point, you are still technically always
around it,
and you're watching it. I mean, to an extent, right? Whether or not you're in the green room listening to what gets laughs, and then later on you might hear the same thing again. You're like, what is this guy saying?
I think a lot of people need to be in their own head before like a headliner set. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but you're still listening to it. You're still around. You're still hearing it.
I hear you. Yeah.
You know, if you were like constantly,
I wouldn't consider those real stand-ups if I was a headliner. I'm gonna be that motherfucker and be like, this isn't real comedy.
Nice, yeah, that's cool.
Host feature. Fuck these people. These are losers,
dude. That's so dope.
Fucking idiots. Why'd I even fucking give him the shirt off my back? I never would.
Can you give him your leather jacket though? Because it goes horribly with your slacks, maybe.
But we talked. So we talked about. We talked about what we like. We talked about what we didn't like. I talked the wavering voice. Big thing for me. Didn't like it. I'm just gonna tell you the comedy martyr shit. I fucking hate it. Like, I'm gonna be the one that you guys can trust to tell the truth. I fucking did. So tired of it.
Oh, I'm gonna end racism.
And also, none of what he
get
did,
these jokes. Nobody got jokes.
No, and
what are you talking about?
Yeah, and he's like, he was like talking about all the different. He was gonna talk shit about all the different races. Like, no, not really. You talk some shit about black people, sort of, but not really. You talked a ton of shit about white people, and he didn't really. I mean, he had one Mexican joke in there, whatever. Like,
or he does like a.
And he wasn't doing like jokes that are similar for each race. You know what I mean? Like, like when you hear something like that, like, oh, I'm gonna hit everybody, right? I think it's gonna be like, oh, I'm doing everybody. Oh, your voice sounds like this. Your voice sounds like this. Your voice, like everybody on the same topic. He bounced around a little, but it was never on the same topic. It was on different topics.
Yeah, kind of how Gabriel Iglesias.
Like, why do you need to do that?
In that last special we reviewed, right? Where he does that joke with the Mexican shit, right? And then he's like, and then he does it black, and then he does it white. Like he does the same premise,
right?
Right.
I don't remember exactly
with
the
multiple
joke,
races. Yeah. I don't remember the exact joke either. Yeah. Oh, it was something about posters or like how they would
posters at comedy shows. How they they call it an urban room if it's black. And they do like a comedy fiesta if it's fucking Mexican, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't do it for white people.
But then he ended up doing it for white people.
Doing it for white people. Yeah. But that, I mean, that's like and that's also like a good way to compare and contrast. As much as we kind of shit on Fluffy a little bit, but the joke structure there is 10 times better than what's happening here, where it's just sort of like stream of consciousness. Like,
yeah, I had a hard time with this special. I think because just listening to it without the act outs and seeing his energy or whatever, it was hard to figure out like what's the setup and what's the punchline. And I felt like we ran across this maybe like a couple specials ago also with Chelsea Handler, where, you know, she was kind of more just telling stories or whatever, but it was hard to identify, okay, what did you intend to be the funny part here? Right? Like what part did you think was the funny part?
There's a lot. I think there's actually a lot of funny stuff in here, but I don't think it follows that traditional format. And I'm honestly not going to give him, I'm not going to downgrade him for those points. What I'm going to downgrade him for is like,
I was just saying it. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, I guess what bothers me about it is it's energy. It's so driven by just energy without a lot behind it. Like there's a couple decent jokes in there. Clearly, like he's been doing stand up long enough that his tags are sometimes really good. The joke itself really isn't that good, but like the tags are actually funnier than the joke in terms of like just being able to act out through the joke, recognizing the energy of the crowd. I think that's something he does very well, where he sees when the energy starts. He knows exactly when the energy starts to tail off, hit the tag, and then bring it back up, and then do another, and then wait for it to come back down. And then, so he's got like a constant. And I think just the pacing is expert. Really, really good at the pacing part. That's why it's hard. It's hard to critique energy comics. Yeah, I have this problem with some of the comics that some people that I really like who are in the same. I mean, Anthony's one of them. Anthony's like a guy who it's hard to like critique his jokes because they may not be like the most technically sound jokes, but he's so good at playing with the emotion and he has such great charisma. It's hard to tell somebody like, yeah, dude, you know what's funny? You killed with that joke, and that's not really that good of a joke. Like once you actually write a killer joke, then it's going to be off the charts because you have a killer joke and killer charisma and killer, all the stuff, all the natural stuff you already have. Add on to that, like the writing is crisp. I mean, holy shit, dude. Yeah. My buddy Rob, same way. Rob went same exact way. Yeah.
I will say, I do think Anthony's Anthony, you can tell though, like what's a setup and what's a punchline. I feel like to me, it's still apparent as opposed.
Yeah, I'm making a different point.
As opposed to this.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Anthony definitely still has better joke structure, or still better is probably not totally accurate, but like it's more clear. Yeah. But in some ways, that makes a good comic too. Like if it's harder to identify, where that just makes it more conversational and a better special a lot of times. If you wrote this down and you were unable to identify until you looked at it 3-4 times or whatever, and then you're like, oh, actually I can see where that makes it that much better if that's what happens. You know what I mean? Like, if you can hide the fact that you're doing a setup punchline, a premise setup, twist, whatever. Yeah. Any of those elements, if you can hide it from somebody who's looking for them, like we are. Yeah. That kind of makes it more impressive in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah. I mean, I hear you,
but I think that
I get what you're saying.
The thing you don't identify them because I think they're missing
because
they don't have the elements
are missing.
Right.
Especially because like me and you, if we're out looking for those, we're looking for those specific things, right? And if we can't figure out,
really smart.
Brilliant, actually. We know so much about geometry.
Geography. What was the other thing we were really good at today? World religion? Yeah.
We know everything about that.
Sorry to interrupt.
Big theologists. But
theologians, Theosnodgrass.
If we're the ones that looking for that and we can't identify it still, I mean,
sort of missing.
Then maybe there's something missing.
Yeah. But I mean, smashes. I mean, it's very interesting.
Yeah, he was crushing, and it's heavy act outs and it's heavy all this stuff. Yep. That's why I do think I did myself a disservice with listening to this. Like I watched some of it.
Is it because he's black? You didn't watch it?
No, it's because I was busy all weekend.
Because you had shows all weekend.
Yeah, I had shows all weekend, and then I was I was playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Shadows. I got myself to level 41.
Love
Impressive.
it. 4-1, baby.
Yeah, big deal. Big
AC
deal. I talked to my buddy today. I
Shadows.
called him. I was like, what level are you? And he's like,
12.
oh, man, I haven't had much time. I'm at 11. I was
Oh, what
like,
a loser, dude. A fucking
bitch, dude.
loser.
Play it 2 weekends in a row all day. Then come talk. He's like, oh, I only killed these 2 people. I was like, I don't even know who those are. Did I kill them so long ago?
So it's been so long. Those people are fucking. I killed those first hour, I think. If I'm right.
First day, for sure.
First day, first hour. All right.
Dude, look at it.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's go. Oh, one more thing I want to mention.
Yeah.
Another thing that I just am not gonna get behind, and it relates to the clip that I played.
Mm-hmm.
He essentially makes it a white black thing. There's always a black guy who like thinks they can sing and wants to like get the record deal or whatever, right?
Right.
I don't know why you'd make that a white black thing. I don't think that that's a white black thing at all. Like I said, my family's that way, and like by separating us, his whole thing about being like, oh, we can all laugh at each other and everybody. I mean, not his whole thing. It's a common refrain, but one of the the
frame
I would call
is a
it
good
a
word.
race martyr.
I think frame is a good word.
What
You said like a frame. You said frame just now.
I probably said frame.
You said
but I don't
comedy
remember what.
like frame, and I think that's a perfect word to describe it, right? Because it's like you are saying something that so many people have said. So it's not like it's out of like
it's a framework.
It's a framework.
Yeah, I do think. Yeah, so whatever. A lot of people have said it, but he's that person, right? Where he's being that
He's
person.
trying to be that person. Yeah.
And I want, if you're gonna be that person, I want you to actually say something poignant and that actually makes sense.
And is
with the actual races that you're talking about.
Yeah, and is out of the frame, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Tell me something that I haven't heard.
Yeah, for sure.
And he might be able to do that if he fucking watched comedy.
And I want it to be accurate too, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and it's not. To me, that's just what he really means. Here, this is something that happens quite a bit. You'll equate things with race that aren't. Dude, it's me. It's me making up all the racial stereotypes based on my one black friend because he was that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like what he's saying, what he really means in a lot of his jokes, when he says black, he means poor, and when he says white, he means rich. And that's just not accurate. Like, it's just not, there are a lot, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't really work that way. There's nothing inherently, like I said, my family all are like record deal people. You talked about the Jehovah's Witness people who are like all like trying to like impress Michael Jackson or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some people.
And I think it takes strength out of his joke because he could have just said the joke instead of making it a race thing, which he's trying to avoid, right? Let's end racism tonight by me talking about the differences in races that aren't even real differences.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It does. It's counterintuitive to what he's trying to do.
I just think it maybe it's too strong of a word. It's sort of lazy. It's sort of like equating, like it's not like actually thinking it through. And the joke's 10 times better if you don't make it the race element to it. Because he starts the joke out before he gets into the part we played is like white people singing Christmas, or not singing Christmas carols, but how they celebrate holidays. There's really nothing in there that's any different than what I would like what I've seen from black people celebrating holidays.
Yeah.
It's just like he wants to make a white thing versus a black thing, and people are eating it up. But it's a stronger point if you just talk about how people in general, there are like some people who really are attention whores who are sitting in the audience that want everybody to know how good they are at singing, right?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be that.
Like two shitty Spokane comics want everybody to know that they're snobs and that they can do a podcast. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know who's doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't matter that we're white.
Yeah.
It matters that we're delusional. That's the part that matters, dude.
Yeah.
We're crazy. Yeah. Anyway, I went way too long on that, but I thought that was a very interesting part of it.
No, I agree with you because it does just almost draw that divide. You're almost drawing that divide more opposed to bringing them together.
Yeah, it's
right? You're putting a spotlight on like, look at how they're different, but also what you're doing. Also, to me, that's fucking hack, dude.
Yeah, it's also hack. Yeah.
Oh my
White
god,
people
cats
are
and
this
dogs
way.
are different.
Dude.
If you're a cat owner, you think this. If you're a dog owner, you think
yeah.
you're doing the same fucking basic shit. You know what I mean?
Do you
Just
remember?
do something fucking original.
Do you remember the
man.
Chappelle Show episode?
Sorry, I'm getting too aggressive.
No, you're fine.
This-
But you remember the Chappelle Show episode where he's got the conga drum?
Yes.
And he's white people say this. black people say this. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly that was 15 to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And he was making fun of it then, and people have been still doing it, and this is exactly what that is.
And how come we're just not trying to reach for more? You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's better ways to do.
There's better ways to do things.
And you can, dude, point out differences, similarities, and races, or whatever. Just do it in a way that you're. First of all, you're not pandering. First, like I'm just gonna do whatever. Like don't fucking pat yourself on the back before you tell like a hacky ass joke, which is essentially what he was doing for most of it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and I think too, like it's. I mean, this is not necessarily equal, but I do think like
not necessarily equal.
well,
now
like I think we should, like I think the generations that are living now should just burn up all the fossil fuels. I think we should use all the fossil fuels, right?
Are you running bits on me right now?
and then, run them all out. We
so
burn
we
them
have
up.
to come up with a solution.
Yeah, so that the next generation has to come up with something new.
That's great. You're like Generation Y. Fucking do it.
Yeah. No,
Good luck.
Figure it the fuck out. You have now. You know what I mean?
You got more technology than we ever had.
Yeah.
Well,
figure it out. But I feel like that's maybe what needs to happen with some
sure.
of these things that are just being so overdone.
Yeah.
To where it's like,
Yeah,
okay, how do we fucking cap these so that we all come up with new shit? And the way
Yeah,
to do
man.
it is
I
have
mean-
everybody that's going to be a fucking comic listen to fucking comedy and come up with some new shit.
Comes all the way back.
Sorry, I'm fucking.
The problem
rounding out a
is
point I've
that,
already rounded out, I
dude, you saw my boy Jeff Dye. Shout out Jeff Dye.
guess. Yeah, I like Jeff Dye, dude. Funny.
The interview that I sent you, he talks about how he's the worst person to watch comedy with, and I felt so him. It was him because there's only two emotions that I have, and he spells it out perfectly. Follow at Jeff Dye. He spells it out perfectly. It's either I'm mad because you're a hack and people like you. He says a story coming behind a guy who's friends with a guy on stage and be like, hacks always kill, right, boys? Or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. Like
true. It is
hacks
true.
kill.
Yeah.
Especially at like open mics. Hacks kill.
Yeah.
Secondly, the other emotion is I can't believe I'm so stupid that I could never think of that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like some people who are better than you are so far above you, and people who are worse than you are so far beneath you.
Yeah.
Those are my two emotions. And that's why, as he says, I'm horrible to watch comedy with.
Yeah.
I'm not fun to watch comedy with. I fucking suck at it.
Yeah.
Because I'm too critical and then I'm like insecure at the same time. I'm too critical of people who I think are less than me.
Yeah.
And too insecure about people who I think are better than me. And it's just fucking annoying. That's why Hodge wouldn't sit next to me last week. He's like, I'm gonna fucking sit next to Chris. Let's sit next to you. Fuck you.
Damn.
He's like, you're gonna have to sit next to Adigishi, and I'm like, that's fine.
Where
That's
was
fine. Dude,
this?
you know what I mean? No, it was at the Rachel after show.
Okay. That's funny. Nice.
He didn't say I'm not gonna sit next. None of that shit happened. He just didn't sit next to me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And you got critical about it, and you like,
no, that was early. It was before that actually that he told me about it, and I definitely got self-conscious because I was like, I'm not fun to watch.
Get self-conscious.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not fun to watch comedy with, and he's like, yeah, not really, and I'm like, fuck, dude.
Trying to make a little joke, like I'm good.
No,
right?
I mean I wasn't. I was being serious, but I didn't want him to agree with me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was a bummer,
Oh, that's funny.
and it's fair. You know what I mean? Anyway,
It's fair critique.
yeah, 100%. But yeah, so I just think that's just. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of hacky. A lot of it was kind of hacky, but it's very popular. But hacks kill, baby. Hacks kill.
Hacks do kill.
All right,
and
let's
part
keep
of me-
going. Oh, good.
Oh,
No,
part of
go
me
ahead.
wonders, like, we have this term like hacks kill, right? And we know kind of what hacky is, right? I don't think other people necessarily understand what hacky is. I brought up hack to my friend, and he was like, "Hack, what is that?" And I was like, "It's everything you're doing right now, dude. You're doing the most basic
It's everything you're
fucking
doing. Wait, he
race-
was doing?
He was doing some hacky shit, acting like it was. He's like, "Well, you just said." I was like, "That's hack as fuck." Like, I'm not saying that.
Well, let's define it for the listeners right now. What do you think? I mean, okay,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
unoriginal.
It's unoriginal.
That's
think of
a
this.
huge element.
Think if you don't know what hack is, think of the most basic stereotype for any race. Whatever you think that stereotype is, and then think of it, including that into a joke is hack.
Which is right, because it's not original. It's not
original.
It, right?
It's just a fucking hacky way to fucking get to this this stereotype that's hacky.
Okay.
That'd be how that's one way I define it.
That'd be one way, yeah. So so that would be like I mean that would fall into unoriginal as well, but it's more like repeating. It's almost that's almost like repeating other people's jokes at that point, right?
Yeah.
Because you're essentially like,
even if you're getting there in an original way,
about how black people can't swim. Now I just told a joke about it because I saw this meme and I know a lot of people think that way, and I know, oh, now I remember that I think that way too, and now, but it gets a lot of people on board, right? Because
they know what the punchline is,
right? It's like
they
dad
understand the punchline, right. Yeah, that's my one version of that's one thing I think.
Unoriginal is a huge key in hack. For sure.
Yeah. Unoriginal is a huge key. For sure.
Unoriginal. Well, I mean, that means for a few things. First, it means either you didn't, you know why you hate when people don't watch comedy, because you can be really unoriginal when things are floating around in the zeitgeist and you grab them and pull into them and go, oh, I'm the first person that realized black people are good at basketball.
Preach. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of these dudes do this whole I don't watch comedy thing.
Yeah.
It's so that they can get away with their hacky fucking
hacky
dog shit.
Yeah.
And then be like, well, but I don't watch comedy. I came up with that originally.
Hack is anything I don't like. That's
I don't think that.
No, hack is hack's unoriginal. Hack is doing something specifically to make the audience. It's pandering is a part of being hack, I think, like where you you engage in some sort of activity to gain points that isn't about your actual performance.
Right.
That's something I would consider hack.
Right. It's to like pandering to an audience that you know that's in the room that you like have garnered.
Yeah, if you go to the VFW and you do a bunch of like, oh, give it up for the troops.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, come on, man. All these fuckers are troops. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't like that they've created not hack rooms, but like there's these shows that are like, oh, nurses. Oh, this is a nurse show. Oh, this is a teacher show. Oh, it's a military show or whatever. Like, I fucking hate that shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they crush. You know what it is? I'm not any of those things. If there were a lawyer room show, I'd be like, I fucking love this. It's a really good idea.
What's up to all my lawyers out there?
All the critical thinkers. You know what I mean? All the people who know the Socratic method.
Yeah,
fucking
fuck
love
Judge
that.
blah, blah, blah.
Everybody knows fucking SCOTUS. Am I right? But no, like it does bum me out. I'm like, dude, what? I don't know. Maybe it's because I fucking hate teachers so much because my sisters want to. No.
That's probably it.
No, I love you, teachers. I love you. Don't let anyone tell you. Give it up for the teachers. In fact,
one for the teachers, everybody. Woo,
right,
yeah,
we're fucking deep into it right now. Let's move on. You ready to move on?
Well, did we finish what defining hack was?
Not really, but I don't know. Do we have more? It really is unoriginality. That's really the biggest one, right?
Yeah.
And then what else do you have?
Stereotypes, falling into stereotypes.
Yeah, but that's a subset.
It's the
of
same thing. Yeah. Just things that have kind of been done before, or just like aren't that original of thoughts that like people have done multiple times. And I mean, even like
you're kind of saying the same thing over and over again, but you're not wrong. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're
but even like men, like men are so different than women because women are like this and men are like that. That premise itself is kind of hacky.
Okay, so and this is a good question or a good point. That premise is hacky.
Right. Does that mean that there's not funny jokes in that? No. But
exactly what
if you're set up into it, is like, oh man, men are so much different than women because blah blah blah.
Yeah, the setup is hack.
The setup is hack.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. You need a better way to segue into that.
Into whatever your joke is, and that what separates men from women. But there's got to be.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay. That's
dogs versus cats.
Yep. Dogs versus cats.
Races, all the race stuff, all the gender stuff.
Yep.
all the generational stuff, all of that is potentially hack. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I love a lot of jokes that come out of all of those.
Oh,
It's just a matter of doing it differently
1,000%.
and having a different observation.
Right. Yeah.
And it's also the most relatable stuff, which is why it's hack, right?
Right. Exactly.
So somebody who doesn't watch comedy a lot, his audience, they don't watch comedy a lot. They
No.
know him, or they don't watch varied comedy.
If they're
a lot.
calling
You know what I
him
mean?
the GOAT, they watch zero comedy.
Well, they watch one comedy.
They watch
Greatest of
one
all time, the guy I watched.
That's comedy. Yeah, exactly.
No, but like, I mean, just the idea that there is a greatest of all time in comedy is insane, which is also a super snobby thing to think. Yeah,
And super subjective.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how snobby? You don't know comedy. If you think there's actually a goat, then you don't divulge or you don't dive into another comedy.
But you just have your own GOAT. Who do you think is your GOAT in greatest of all time?
Yeah. Who is it? I don't know. That's a really tough.
Who's
question.
your GOAT?
I don't know. That's a really tough. Probably Bill Cosby. It's probably Bill Cosby.
Because of the women.
Because of his off the field achievements.
Because of the off the field.
No, I mean, I think
shit.
but it's also like, it's very similar to Jesus. We're going long, but this is it's very similar to any like sports conversation. I know you're not a sports guy, right? But like, but a rapper, or you like rap, or you like metal, or like any of the music stuff you like. The idea that there's really an answer to that question is one of the dumbest like ideas ever. Of course, there's not. There's not a. It's a subjective. It's always subjective. Even when you can measure things. Even if you go, you just pick what you want to measure, right?
Right.
Oh, they won the most Grammys. Well, fucking, that's just commercialization of blah, blah, blah. Oh, they did, the most albums sold. Oh, that just means they sold a lot and they were popular to a lot of people. That doesn't mean they were really good artists.
I'm sure
With basketball, most points, most rebounds, most assists, most triple doubles, longest career, like all this shit. If you want Michael Jordan to be your guy, or LeBron James to be your guy, or you want Taylor Swift to be your person, or Elvis Presley, or the Beatles, or Rolling Stones, or whoever the fuck you can make up whatever rules you want.
Yeah,
but
I'm
really,
sure,
it's who do you like?
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm sure when people were creating Coca-Cola, there was a version of it that some guy was like, "You
This
guys
is
are
ass."
wrong.
Yeah.
This is it."
Dude, some people like Coke 2. You remember when Coke 2 came out? You're probably like 2.
No, I don't.
Dude, there
know
was like
Coke,
it was everybody hated it, right? Or like Crystal Pepsi. Do you remember when Crystal Pepsi came out?
I don't
Oh my
know
god,
anything
it was
about that.
clear Pepsi.
You smoke it?
Nah. Yeah, no, it was Pepsi that had no color to it.
Oh, okay.
And there was this big whole thing, and some people
Yeah.
hated it, and some people loved it, and I was like, I don't really see a difference at all. But essentially, to me, it was like Pepsi without food coloring in it. I'm like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's
You know
just
what I mean?
healthier. Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know. It's so dumb, but like, it's all subjective, right? You know what I
Right.
mean? And also, the idea to make it objective is like such a fool's errand. Like, so when I say Bill Cosby is the GOAT, what I mean by that is I grew up on Bill Cosby, and he was my favorite comedian when I was growing up. That's what it means.
Yeah.
That's
and
all it means.
And you have nostalgia attached to it,
Exactly.
right?
My
So-
dad loved him, and we loved listening to his records together.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the guy who got me into comedy. So I think he's the best storyteller of all time. But like, there's a million other comics that if somebody said, "Oh, they're the best ever," I'm not gonna sit here and go to the mat and argue about it. Like, who fucking cares? Like, that's awesome. You like that kind of comedy.
And
there are
because when
certain
you-
people I'd be like, "Fucking that guy's not funny at all."
Yeah, but when you go to the mat with those
Yeah.
big comics too, and then it all becomes about data, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, well this person sold out Madison Square Garden
Oh,
this
yeah,
many times,
exactly.
and this
But again,
person
what does
was on
that
to
mean?
it.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything because it's all subjective at that
Right.
point. Yeah,
Yeah, and there's a ton of people. We've reviewed a ton of people who, if you told me they're the best ever, I'd be like, okay, fine. If you said Bill Burr's the best, fine. You said Doug Stanhope was best, I'm like, fine. Like, I don't agree with either of those. You know
no,
what
I
mean?
think
But,
Andrew
like,
Schultz though is my guy.
Andrew Schultz, I don't agree with that either, but I get why you would say it. Like, and I
Yeah.
don't understand how passionate you are about it. What you really mean is your favorite, which is why you need to stop
Yeah.
using GOAT, because it's a fucking useless term. That's why I use it in the Quincy Belt as the greatest comedian of all time of the week, because it's stupid to even have a greatest comedian of all time. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Because it's all subjective, right? And then of the week makes it that much dumber that it's just like, oh, of all time of the week doesn't make sense
The
internally.
goat of
like,
the
yeah.
week.
Yeah, exactly.
The goat of the week.
Yeah, for sure.
Goat of the week is sick. Maybe you should start calling it that. Goat of the week.
It's sort of what it is called, right?
I know, but yeah, I don't think people necessarily put all that together and think goat.
Really? I
And
thought it was very obvious.
I don't think so. I never have until we just had this
Jesus,
conversation.
dude.
But
I think you're dumber than you think you are.
But go. Oh no, I think I'm pretty dumb. It's fine. I think go to the week is funny though. It'd be a quick way to say it.
I mean, I do.
That was your idea?
I've said go to the week before, but like I
don't think I've ever.
I usually say
greatest of all time,
greatest comedian, like the comedic go to the week, or
greatest comedian of the week
of all time of the week.
Yeah.
I actually don't like the term goat. It kind of annoys me.
Goat would be funny though if you did start using that.
People fucking say goat about everything. Like, my goats are like, come on, man. There can't be more than one goat.
You know how many people would be stoked to win the Quincy belt if they got the term goat? Dude.
I don't think anybody would be more happy about it. Maybe you.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Think other people would give a shit?
If you didn't call me goat of the week, when you were calling other people goat of the week, I'd probably call you a misogynist or something like that.
Here we go. All right. We're having too much fun. I will say this, man.
Okay.
I think I love the fucking Quincy belt. I'm excited about it.
Me too. It's great. Quincy belt's awesome.
It's going to be fun, dude. It's going to be more fun. We're doing more tournaments, all that shit. All right. I'm going to cut most of this shit out, but still.
Totally.
Still.
Fine.
All right, let's make sure it's at least 2 hours long, so there's more to cut.
Is that what we're at?
It's close. It's an hour 40, I think.
Oh shit!
I have to do the math from when he cut before. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. I did not find any other reviews. Anything else you want to talk about with Arnez J? You got any other parting shots?
I don't. No,
yeah,
I think we
me
covered
either.
about
We talked about him for a while.
Yeah.
He's I'm sure, dude. Incredible energy. I'm sure he's a great comic. And like, I'm actually definitely is a great comic. He fucking, this room was howling. It's just not my style.
Not my style.
That's
either.
it. Yep. It's like when people tell me that Kevin Hart's the best comedian of all time. I'm like, I don't agree. But a lot of people fucking love that dude. He's the richest motherfucker on earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
I'm with you.
Until he gets caught with that Diddy parties. I don't know. I don't think he was invited. There was like a fucking, you have to be this tall to ride fucking thing at Diddy parties. Nah, I'm fucking with you, Kevin. Kevin, baby, dude, support the pod.
Kevin,
we
baby?
love you, dude. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. Baby? What am I, fucking
Kevin,
1990s
baby
Las Vegas guy? I don't know what we're doing.
Juggle my balls.
Shit.
Squeeze my tits. Honka honka.
You're so money, you don't even know it. Shit, that's a reference to a movie. It's too old for you anyway. That's Swingers. Vince Vaughn, one of his first movies. Anyway, from like 1994 or some shit. Way old, dude. Way old. You need to watch more movies from the 80s so that I can talk to you. You need to watch more shit from my era. You're like Up, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, I don't know if it's Up, but whatever you watch. You guys watched cartoons when you were anyway. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, this is what we did. What we didn't like, what we did like, Fashionisto, all the shit. We did all that stuff. Other reviews, okay? Could not find any actual reviews. Found a ton of comments on his YouTube special. They got 1.3 million hits that were like, "This guy's the fucking greatest." And I was scrolling to try to find any negative comment. Couldn't find one. Did not find a single negative comment.
He bought bots. That's cool.
Isn't that crazy?
So what you're saying, it is crazy. But what you're saying is his reviews are a lot like his bio.
In what way?
There's none of them.
There's none of them.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of. Maybe they've been scrubbed again. All right. This is an interesting category. Good hang.
Oh, I'm sure he's a fun hang.
I think he's a great hang.
Yeah, but he's awesome.
I think he's a super fun hang.
I bet if I hung out with him, I'd be like, "This special was incredible."
Me too. Yeah. I think he's a super fun hang. Yeah. He seems like a real fun guy to hang out with.
He does.
And I don't think he would do a lot of the pandering shit and a lot of the white people like this, black people. I think he would fuck with you about shit you do as a white person, but I think he would also let you fuck with him about stuff he does as a black person.
Yeah.
And that I think he makes a great hang.
Yeah.
And when I fuck with him about how dumb his jacket looks, I think he would take it.
And roast you back.
Yeah. And about how slavery was awesome, he'd be like, "Oh, it was, you're right."
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I disagreed to that.
You did disagree to that. I was like, shit, I slipped that one past you.
I didn't mean...
I was expecting to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah.
Now we just sound like a podcast that's fucking pro-slavery. All right, cool, dude.
You did that.
Yeah. Our sponsor is fucking Chains and Whips, everybody. Chains and Whips.
BDSM. Get your BDSM gear.
Absolutely. Fucking
Lovers.
need to learn how to tie a fucking noose? I got one for you. It's Bob's Knot Tying Service. What the fuck are we doing? All right.
Pre-tied.
Pre-tied nooses?
Pre-tied.
Jesus. I don't think you can do that. I think that's illegal, actually, to sell
A knot?
a noose. To sell a rope with a noose already tied into it, I think is illegal.
Why?
Because there's not a lot of great uses for that other than killing yourself or lynching
What
somebody.
if you just want to like hang something upside down?
I said there's not a lot. What if you want to hang something up? You can hang it right side up. Why could you not hang it right side up?
No, you got to hang like a pig or something upside down.
You know what? I'm probably 100% wrong on the whole noose thing, but it's a fun thing to say.
Okay.
To just make up. All right, good
Yeah,
hang,
that's pretty
probably. I agree. I think he's fun to hang out with. All right, a newish category. Would this work on open mic? We both said we don't really like it.
I think some jokes would work in open mic.
I think it would murder.
You think
an open
so?
mic. Absolutely.
Oh, interesting.
I think it would murder because it relies on all the things that open mic rewards you for.
Yeah.
High energy, kind of hacky material. I mean, or like less complex material, simple material.
Yeah.
I think it murders at open mic,
I could see that.
especially like here. For sure, it would. Murder.
I was, like I said, I listened to it, and listening to it, a lot of it didn't get me.
Yeah.
So if I was watching it in open mic, I mean, obviously he's doing a lot more on stage. He's falling down. He's fucking doing weird shit.
I feel like it would do better for you if you were in the audience
It would.
because the energy other people are.
It would, yeah, for sure. Very much an empath too. So like other people are laughing. Yeah, it's good.
Also, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like Cam Patterson said last week, dude, you say the N word and it works.
He did say that. Yeah.
Just randomly saying the N word. He said the N word a lot. It would work. That's what I think. So I think it would do well. I think it would do really well. You don't think it would, do you think it would kill or you think it would be okay?
Like I said, I think some jokes would work really
All right.
I think some jokes would work really good open mic. I think some of them wouldn't, but
All right.
I don't know.
You have a better name for the special.
Racially motivated,
That was his earlier special.
part 2.
Parts still racially motivated. Racially unmotivated? That's very funny, dude. We'll call Arnez and tell him about that one. Like, hey, racially motivated, part 2. That's like how R. Kelly had like parts 9 and 10 of like different songs. Or like Usher had like Confessions part 47.
Yeah.
It's unfair. There's only 2, but we know what I mean.
Yeah.
I got a couple nominees. Tell Me I'm Lying.
Okay.
Because he says that like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like he wants to be that guy, right? Like, you know I'm right. That kind of guy. You know what I mean? And then this one was just for Khadijah. Won't he do it?
Won't he do
Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Won't he do it? Yes, he will.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think both of those are better than it. But this is,
God is good.
not going to stop. It's not great.
Not going to stop sucks.
It's pretty bad.
It's
Because
a
I thought there
rip-off.
was going to be
He ripped off
never going to. He ripped off that
William
ginger
Montgomery.
white.
He ripped off William Montgomery. I'm never going to stop, baby.
Dude, it's just black people appropriating white culture yet again.
Maybe watch some stand up and you
Yeah,
not
maybe.
name it that.
Maybe watch Kill Tony. No, he's been on Kill Tony once. He got a small joke book. No, dude. Oh fuck, that's fucking funny.
That's fucked up.
No, man, it is fucked up. So yeah, we don't have better names. Those are just whatever. Oh, why I'm better? Shit, we haven't done why I'm better yet, dude.
Okay. I think everybody knows what I'm going to say.
You want to go first? Or want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay.
Colton Drake, why are you better than Arnez J?
All right. Why I'm better. For one, I'm not going to do a bunch of hack premises. Like, oh, man, white people are different than black people. Oh, I'm going to talk about everybody. That pandering trash. I'm not going to do that. Right? I'm also not going to walk out in slacks and a fucking dumb leather jacket. All right? I'd kill myself before I fucking came out in that. It's a terrible fit. That's why you got 3 Prince albs. Also, I'm not going to... I hate the fact that you had to say you don't watch stand-up.
Watch fucking stand up. And to me, like, that's fine. You have your fans that are fucking dumb and idiots and they don't know comedy. So they're like, oh, he's the GOAT. But you're saying yourself, you don't watch stand up, and then you don't watch stand up. And then what you do is a bunch of fucking hack jokes, hack premises. And you want to act like, oh, look at all this authenticity. That shit is trash. I would never do that. What I do is I watch fucking stand up like a man. Okay. I watch that shit like a woman too that cares. Okay. I watch fucking stand up.
Like a man and a woman that cares.
Yeah, that's what I feel. And I feel like you need to be better, dude. Level it up, dude. You were on BET. If I was on BET right now, I'd have millions of fucking followers. And guess what? I also have a bio on Wikipedia. Yeah.
Boom.
Even if I had to write it myself,
Nice
I would
bio.
fucking have a bio. Okay? It's pathetic. That's how I'm better.
That was
Was that aggressive? Was that too aggressive?
no, it wasn't. It was extended. It's real long. You were really into it. You had a lot of things to say.
Honestly, I just riffed it and it was pretty
Just
easy.
fucking riffed it, dude. It's fucking riffed.
So
it.
easy.
God, there's one other point I wanted to have me. Oh yeah. All right, I have it. All right. Arnez J, man. All right. As a fellow J,
Tell them.
you're Arnez J. I'm Jay Berg. I feel like we're almost the same person. Disappointed. Why do you have to talk like this for all the times that you do any jokes? It's very weird, and I don't. It's like you have a speech impediment crossed with some sort of nerve tic disorder, but it's clearly fake, and it's very, very much intended to keep your stupid ass audience from realizing how fucking dumb your jokes are. The fact that you have to sit there and treat them like kindergarteners with this call and response, like, are we going to have fun today? Oh, yes, we are. Oh, our name's RSJ. What's yours? Oh, my God. That is fucking embarrassing, okay? Comic View on BET, dude. Coming at you 6 nights a week. Get your laugh on. That's what I was trying to do, and you did not help me with that whatsoever. Arnez J, 10 years to come up with this fucking patty cake type shit? Not into it. Tired of your shit. And good luck to you going forward, man. You got your crowd. You're having a good time. We're done.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Good job. We didn't like it, and that's okay.
It's all right.
Not every comic's for everybody, dude.
Yeah, for a fact.
Some people with traumatic brain injuries, like Chelsea Handler. So you know what I mean.
That's
Who
not
are
my
we to
goat.
tell them?
That's not my goat.
Who are we to tell people who are missing their mental faculties who to like in comedy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're nobody.
Sorry, Chelsea. I do love that Chelsea Handler has become just the person we shit on all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, she should do a show with Arnez.
No, dude. She's get buried, dude. She'd get fucking
He
buried.
would bury her.
He would
got way more
destroy
laughs than her.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. And she would be blowing him in between. I don't know. You know what's funny about that? Like when we talk shit about her, like we definitely shit on Chelsea Handler more than like so Tammy's special was pretty bad. We talked about that, right?
Yeah, it was horrible.
And I mean, we've had some even like Pete Davidson's Lost episode, horrible.
Loved it. Way better.
But here's the thing, dude. There's a level of expectation that comes with your level of fame, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't judge an open micer the same way I judge you when you go on stage, right? Like
Yeah.
you had a set last week. You were trying to get me to tell you how great it was earlier today. And I thought it was good.
Yeah.
But if you were fucking a lesser comic, I'd have been like, oh, it was really good. That was excellent, in fact. Because the bar is different for you than it is for other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's actually a sign of respect that we're shitting all over you.
Yes, a fact. Yeah.
Somehow I could figure this out and make it so that I'm not being a prick. It's a sign of respect, Arnez J, that we're shitting on you, despite the fact you killed this entire hour in front of your crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is true. We hold a high standard, dude. We're fucking snobs, man.
Yeah,
and you're a
stand-up snobs.
professional.
And what do you think you're going to get? If you're tuning in to stand-up snobs, you think you're going to not get some snobby-ass attitudes?
Yeah.
It's what it is.
You're gonna get white guy energy.
Especially if you're doing that kind of bullshit, you're going to get some snobbiness.
Yes, you're gonna get fucking. It's only intended for our 13 listeners. Okay, so
Yeah, and they get it. They know it. They understand.
12 of them get it. One of them sends a lot of email, but We're pretty good. What the fuck are we doing? So late. All right. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's all right. You can dump all.
We're
of
like 2 hours in.
Dump it all.
Legitimately 2 hours in. It was fun, though. We're having a good time. Okay, so that closes the book on Arnez J. Good luck to you in the rest of your career, dude. I'm sure you're doing awesome. Like, who the fuck? Yeah. You're in Houston. I bet he's got his dick sucked so much that night.
He's married.
Yeah, she's into it. I don't know.
She
know
sucked
what to
his
say.
dick, so we done.
I don't have an angry bird. Nothing. We have no listener mail. We will after this episode. All the racist shit I was saying. So listener, yeah. Once again, listener mail. We always welcome that. Tell us who to review. Tell us what you thought about any of our reviews. Anything you'd like to say. Please let us know at standupsnobs@gmail.com. You can also reach out to us however you want, but that'd be the easiest way. Standupsnobs@gmail.com. Get your thoughts together. Check it out. Or just comment on one of my random stand-up videos. This motherfucker is racist as fuck.
Well, yeah, he'll see it. Yeah.
I'll like it. I'll respond to it 4 times just for the algorithm. We're just trying to increase engagement.
No. Other comment. I'm not.
One word comments only. All right. So no Angry Bird, no listener mail. Mom came, dude. Mom, chicken cordon bleu. And I'm telling you,
Yeah.
dude, these were like Flintstone level size
Biggest
chickens,
chicken
dude. So
I've ever
huge,
seen,
dude.
yeah.
Like a 7-pound chicken breast stuffed with half a ham or half a pig's ass.
Yeah.
Like, and fucking, I don't know, 10 pounds of gorilla cheese, whatever the fuck that was.
I thought I was gonna end up pulling feathers off.
It was
of
great.
or something. It was like, oh, did
Dude,
she
I hit a
just kill
toothpick.
this?
She did toothpick them, and she should have untoothpicked them before she served them. That's a demerit. Sorry, Mom. 5 out of 10.
Oh, boo.
This gourmet meal that I got, I didn't get a cloth napkin. So
Cordon stands for fancy and
yeah, it stands for of the
something.
highest order or some shit. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Chicken cordon bleu. Great. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was good.
More like chicken cordon red with those toothpicks in it.
Yeah, because it causes intestinal bleeding.
Yeah. Color.
Quincy loved it. He ate his. My dog stole half of mine in like 2 seconds and
Which
ate
is
it
so
all.
funny, dude.
Chicken cordon bleu, dude.
Very good.
Chicken cordon bleu. That's what we
Thanks,
had.
Mama
We also
Jan.
had salad. Oh, and she made potatoes au gratin too, but like
We haven't had those yet.
we didn't get. Well, I think she abandoned ship on that one because she knew we were already full.
Oh.
But yeah, she made some killer shit tonight. It
Yeah,
was good.
she
No
good.
dessert. Fucking loser. One more demarcation. Now she's down to 6. What a loser. This week in plumbing, you got something? You want something? You want to do something?
No, we're already going long.
No, this
I'll
week in
call it.
plumbing. We'll do it next week.
Yep.
This week in plumbing, I fucking hung out with my buddies Mario and Luigi.
We're dumping it. We're
We're
dumping
dumping that. You're like, I will not.
that. I do not support
the
that.
number
no.
of fucking
We talked about
shitty
enough
plumbing
hack jokes.
Yeah,
We talked about hack
yeah,
jokes
for
tonight,
sure. I thought I was super clever. See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You don't watch
listen.
enough stand-up.
You don't watch enough.
IG follower count. Oh, Colton Drake from 455 to 460 is what I have. Is that correct?
I think it's 459, but yeah, something like that.
Oh, sorry.
I'll take it. I'll take the extra.
Take the extra?
I mean, I honestly don't even want it. Oh, no, 460. You're
455
right.
to 460. I
Oh.
went from 444 to 448. So I got 4 and you got 5. So did you get another one just now?
I do have 460.
Oh, no, I was thinking you just got another like 461. Oh, 467. Oh, my God, I'm blowing up.
500? Whoa.
So Colton wins the week. He is down 11 to 10 in total weeks, but he's up 12 followers. Who are you listening to, my guy?
This week I have been listening to, I usually don't do this.
Usually do this, except
But
for you
I've
did
been
with Harry.
I've been listening to it. I've been listening to John Hodge a lot. He's
Local
a local guy in
comic.
the scene.
Only the second local comic ever to be local means Spokane.
me and him have been we've been carpooling to open mics lately,
Yep.
and he has just been on fire, man.
Yep, he's been doing
John
great.
Hodge is so fucking funny.
Yep,
dude.
super funny. That's _ John Hodge, JONHODGE. So John with no H's, JONHODGE. Again, _ first and then John Hodge. Yeah, he's been super hilarious lately. He is in the Quincy Belt Tournament of Champions finals. He's been smashing Quincy belts. He has been smashing open mics. Check him out. He's also the founder of the 5299 program. If you don't know, you need to know. He teaches you how to live. Well, for only $52.99. That's that. I don't know. He hasn't even posted on that forever, but I love that. He's had a couple of clips lately that have been really funny. And the videography is just amazing on those. I took the video. So yeah, John Hodge, check him out. Also,
Did you edit it?
No. I didn't edit shit. I just take it. Take the video, give it to him raw
Nice,
dog it.
dude.
My person to watch this week, Emily Catalano. Do you know who that is?
No.
Anyway, you should check her out. Catalano_Emily. That's CATALANO_EMILY. Saw a bunch of her stuff on Don't Tell and stuff. She has like a super like low key delivery. I actually thought I already pimped her for one of these once, but it was some other girl who has a similar energy. Really, really funny. Check out comedy wherever you can. Check out John Hodge. Check out Emily Catalano. Super, super funny. She's got 200,000 followers. She needs our help.
Yeah.
You know, from our 10 listeners, we need to make sure we push her up the mountain.
We have more than 10 listeners, dude. We're almost worldwide.
It's true.
Technically, we are worldwide.
We are worldwide. That's
Yeah.
right. So yeah, so that's what we got for follower count and for who you should be listening to. Upcoming gigs. What do you got, buddy?
Oh, okay. Upcoming gigs. I am on Drink and Debate. That's April 27th. And that's the only gig I'm going to plug right now. I got more coming up, and they're a little later out, but that's what I'm plugging.
All right. I don't think you know this, but I'm also on Drink and Debate 427. I was a last minute replacement from Charles Hall Jr. So Charles Hall Jr. said, "Hey, you know what? There's a black guy on the show. They don't like black people. We need to have more white people on the show." So he asked me to do it. I'm doing that. 427. Once again, check that. If you want tickets, you can actually get tickets from either one of us. You call us, let us know you want to be on our accomplice. We'll get you there. Again, that's 427. That's Spokane Comedy Club, 7 p.m. Maybe I'll debate Colton directly about whatever the topic is. I don't know what it is. We're going to yell at each other a lot. Do you know what the topic is?
No.
Oh, shit.
We'll find out at the same time.
I was like, you got to extra. Well,
We'll find out at the same time.
So that's going to be really fun. And then I have on May 3rd, that is a Saturday, Quincy Belt Tournament of Champions, the last chance semifinal, 5th one. Check that out. That is in Post Falls, Idaho at 8 p.m. on 5/3. That's it, man. Next week, Tim Dillon.
Hell yeah.
Tim Dillon, I'm Your Mother, the newest Next List special. He is very much in the news right now. I don't know why, because I haven't paid attention, but people are pissed at him, or they're happy with him, or do you know?
No, we'll talk about it.
Oh, okay,
next
nice.
week. Yeah.
I have no idea. That's how much I pay attention to what's going on. I know that he's in the news, and I'm like, I don't know what that
Tim
means.
Dillon's awesome, dude. It's going to be very funny.
Dillon. Tim Dillon. So he's going to take us out. But before that, hey, man, thank you so much for listening to this probably extended episode, depending on how much I cut, of Stand Up Snobs. I've been your host, one of your hosts, Jay Berg. That's Colton Drake. Colton Drake, lead him out.
Bye-bye.
It's so funny what we fight about in America. We're going to ban TikTok, or we're not. I don't know. I don't care how you feel about that. At a certain age, you got to shut up. Like, I'm 39 years old, and I have friends that are still, they're like, they can't ban TikTok. I'm like, hey, Ralph, sit down. Sit this out. They can't ban that child's dancing app. Ralph, this looks terrible. Please, stop. Where am I gonna watch children dance? All right, hey, enough.